Hi, my name is Nicole Scott from Mobile Geeks. Today I'm going to be reviewing the ASUS Memo Pad HD7, the new low-end tablet from ASUS. The new Nexus 7 is coming in at $229, and it has dozens of high-end features. So, does this budget HD7 at $150 have what it takes to pull people away from a premium budget tablet at a killer price? Stay tuned, because that's one of the things I'm going to be looking at in my review today. The HD7 comes with a 1.2 GHz MediaTek 8125 quad-core CPU with 1 GB of RAM, and it's running Android 4.2. The tablet comes with either 8 or 16 GB of storage, but ASUS is also offering users 16 GB of web storage for 1 year on top of that. As an added bonus from the original Nexus 7, we have a micro SD card slot. It also sports a 1280 by 800 IPS LCD display that for the $150 price point offers very decent results. The HD7 is comfortable to hold with plenty of grip and a moderate weight of 10 ounces or 303.3 grams. It's also a compact device at 7.7 inches tall, 4.7 inches wide, and that being said, it's actually 0.43 inches thick, makes it a little more chunky than the old Nexus 7. The HD7 has a beast of a battery at 4,054 milliamperes that will get you almost 10 hours. The new Nexus clocks in at about 7.5, and the old is about 9.5. ASUS offers the Memo Pad HD in 5 different colors: white, pink, green, blue, and black. Now let's take a closer look at the camera. The ASUS Memo Pad HD7 has a 5 megapixel shooter on the rear that can produce sharp photos with vivid colors if the conditions are perfect. It'll do in a pinch, but I wouldn't be relying on it for your family vacation photos. The HD7 captures 1080p video with a bitrate of 18, and if you're careful about how you take the video, it can look quite good. Here's a shot of the Taipei Arena on a cloudy day. So now, what didn't we like about the HD7? Well, to start off with, it has an incredibly awkward power and volume button. The buttons are easy to reach, but they're both hidden from sight and they're nearly flat, making them really quite hard to identify by just feeling them. And the back also picks up fingerprints a little too easily. The HD7 covers basic wireless and Wi-Fi, as well as Bluetooth 4.0, but there's no NFC. There's also no hardware-based video out. The Memo Pad HD7's quad-core MediaTek processor is really no match for the 1.5 GHz Snapdragon S4 Pro in the new Nexus 7. Paying a little extra for Google's official tablet gets you much better performance across the board, especially in terms of web browsing and graphics. Although some would lump both devices into the entry-level category, they're ultimately in different leagues. So where's the difference? Well, basically it comes down to gaming.
This game is really difficult to play.
The HD7 speakers are quite loud and at high volumes are undistorted. But the sound performance is quite good for the price range. You definitely do lose a bit of that high-end feel now that the rubber back of the Nexus 7 is gone. The entire device feels a little more plasticky, but then again at this price point there have to be sacrifices. So what did we like about the device? Well, ASUS is using a 1280 by 800 IPS LCD display that produces accurate colors and has very wide viewing angles. The panel is even bright enough to use outdoor if it's not too sunny. And we love the battery life. Nearly 10 hours? Ow, ow! It has a camera, and that'll definitely do in a pinch. And ASUS has actually put on board quite a few features that do make up for the care that you're going to need to take to make sure that you have excellent quality video. ASUS has also included a few nice widgets to help you get the most out of your device. The floating widgets are very nice, and the reason why I love ASUS so much for all of my devices is their very clean version of Android. It's just very vanilla. When you're taking a look at budget tablets, usually the first thing that you notice is the cheap display. But the HD7's IPS display doesn't feel like a significant compromise. So I keep on saying for the price point you really can't complain. So how does this budget tablet stand its ground against other budget tablets? Well, let's look at the HP Slate 7. It's cheaper at $140, but the display quality doesn't even come close to what we have here with the HD7. And if you look at performance and storage, we're not even in the same category. And now if we look at the $200 Galaxy Tab 3 7.0, it's simply too expensive. Looking at a tablet that has to go toe-to-toe with the HD7 in terms of price, you're basically looking at the Hisense Zero 7 Pro. It's also $150, but it offers you 8 GB of storage, and you actually have HDMI out. So what is my final verdict of the ASUS Memo Pad HD7? Well, it's no surprise that this tablet didn't knock it out of the park in every department. I mean, ASUS has to create different products for different price ranges, and they can't offer high-end premium features on their budget tablet. Having said that, the HD7's battery life, display, and storage are stand up when you look at other tablets in the $150 price range. And to be honest, if you look at other $200 tablets, some of those don't actually perform as well as this one does right now. But the question is, for $80 more, should you pick up the new Nexus 7? I mean, there's definitely a lot of gems in there. Wireless charging, a way better processor, a killer display, tighter packaging. But let's look at the reasons why you might want to pick this up over the new Nexus 7. If you're extremely tight on cash and $80 is a big deal to you, then this is an excellent choice. I mean, if you're just looking for a tablet for surfing, movie watching, and playing casual games, well then maybe this tablet should be the one that you should look at. I mean, because if you're not chasing all of those high-spec features like, say, wireless charging and NFC, if you wouldn't know how to use those and maybe you don't care, maybe this is the tablet for you. But the truth is, if money is really no object to you, then go for the new Nexus 7. You get so much more for your buck, and it's just a gorgeous device. Once you've realized wireless charging and 5.1 surround sound on headphones, those are just things that you almost can't walk away from. But if $150 is your cap, looking at everything else in the industry at this price point today, this would be my key choice. I mean, the Memo Pad HD7 is a great combination of decent performance, long battery life, and good value. So I'm your host, Nicole Scott for Mobile Geeks, taking a closer look at $150 budget tablets.